Welcome to today's training, everyone. We are again discussing marketing in YouTube. We're going to go into marketing right now. We're going to go into different ways of marketing. Marketing is more than just posting ads and everything on your social media networks. Marketing goes beyond that. What you want to do is market across all different types of platforms including, blogging, vlogs, V as in Victor, LOG, as well as podcasts. You want to stretch yourself as much as possible because what this does is this allows for you to become even more searchable. If anyone has ever Googled Antonio, you will notice how he comes up on more than just the first page. He's on the second page and he's on the third page. This is due to what he does. This is due to him understanding and what he has taught us in regards to marketing and stretching yourself and becoming search engine optimized. I'm going to start off. What I first want to do is start off by thanking my team, my mastermind group, my inner circle. I made all of my notes for today's class and lost half of my notes, and my team pulled together and helped me quickly bring all this back together. So I want to first thank them for that. So again, there are many ways to market your brand, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today and next week, and then we're going to go in deeper into YouTube. I don't want you guys to limit yourself, again, on just the social media platforms and not understand that there are other platforms to market on as well. Again, I want you to look into vlogging, blogging, and podcasts and start truly building your brands and marketing yourselves on every platform possible. Again, there are more platforms that you need to be on so you can be search engine optimized. And today we're going to look at a few of these, and I'm also going to go over a few marketing tools with you as well. So when you are creating your content, always think, when you are creating your content, always think branding and marketing. How can I use this to market my brand? How can I use this to market my product? And also remember that you are the brand, so you are marketing yourself. You are marketing your knowledge and your expertise in that field. You are marketing you. So when creating content, add value and market yourself. Start branding yourself with your marketing. Your content is your marketing as well. If you have done your polling and you have researched your audience, then you have found what the problems are that they have, and you now know how to solve that problem. And so you have created content and or product for that very reason. For those of you who are doing the videos, for those of you who have your TV shows, for those of you who have had your interviews, for those of you who have done all of this marketing and branding, I congratulate you. And I want you to do more of that. Antonio has taught us how to take one video and use it on different platforms. And the more platforms that you are on, again, the more you are marketing yourself and the more searchable you become. I want to start off with podcasts. Please don't cringe with podcasts. Podcast is the new radio, period. Instead of us driving and listening to 97.9, 99.1, 102.1, your favorite radio station, instead of us listening to those, we either connect our Bluetooth to our cars or we use our auxiliary cords and we connect our phones and we either watch YouTube, we either listen to podcasts, or we either listen to podcasts or we either listen and watch vlogs, which I hope you're not watching videos while you're driving. Please don't do that. Podcasts are the new radio. How can you create a podcast? It's very simple. It's very quick. It's very easy. Take content that you already know. Take the content that you have created to fix a problem that you have found out about through your polling and through you researching your audience, and create a podcast. If you have not listened to any of Antonio or Tempest's podcasts, then it's time for you to start picking up on that and catching what he and she are doing. Also, if there's a particular subject that you're interested in, look up a podcast for it. If you are in a specific field, look up a podcast for it to get ideas of what you want to talk about or how you want to present yourself, how you want to market yourself, how do you want to build credibility with your audience. I was explaining to one of my associates earlier today, and you don't want to just focus on a specific social media site. Well, it's the same way in marketing, period. You don't want to focus on one specific site. You don't want to focus on Facebook and not hit Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Vero, or any of the other ones, because someone may be on this particular platform but not on another one. It's the same with your podcasting. There are people who listen to podcasts who are not on Facebook. There are people who listen to podcasts who are not on Twitter, who are not on Instagram. So create a podcast. Just take a moment. Think of what you want to talk about. Create a description. How many times do you want to upload this podcast a week, a month? Put those numbers together and create your outline. Create your topics. From there, you're going to start writing. Write out how you want it to go. Are they going to be 15-minute slots? Are they going to be 30-minute slots? Are you going to limit yourself? Do you just want to be able to express how you feel about this particular product or this particular subject? Or do you want to just add value to people and just discuss this one thing? Are you going to ask your audience? Again, poll your audience, see what they want to talk about, see what they have going on. And with this podcast, now you're creating credibility for yourself, you're marketing yourself, and you're on a completely different platform that others may not be on, period. What do I mean by research your podcast in your field? What I mean by research your podcast in its vlog, V as in Victor, L as in Larry, O as in operator, G as in girl, vlog. If you are in etiquette, what you want to do is go into any podcast. You have Podomatic, you have Stitcher, if you have iPhones, you have podcasts on there, and type in business etiquette, dinner etiquette, or etiquette in general, and see who is discussing this, what type of podcasts are up, so you can see who your competition is, and you can see what they're doing and how they are doing it, so you can deliver better, faster, and with more quality. See how often they upload. And I hope that answers your question. When doing your podcast, you want to, awesome. When doing your podcast, Antonio gave us a structure. The first step in doing your podcasting is getting your title, what you want to talk about, and doing a description. Your second step is coming up with your titles. What do you want to talk about? I have a podcast called Purposeless Assessments. I want to upload 2 episodes a week. So that's roughly about 104 episodes a year. So my second step was to put all of my titles together for that podcast. That's what you do. That's how you structure it. Then from there, you start recording. You can take your iPhone, you can take your headphones, come together, record it, find a podcast platform that you want to go to, because you want to be able to get what is called an RSS feed. This feed, you can copy that and upload it and you can put it on different platforms, and it uploads and feeds from that one platform. So every time you upload on that platform, it feeds to all of your other platforms. and you just upload it. You put in your description, you put in the website, how to find your email address, your contact information, whatever you want to go into that. That's what you put that up on. Yes, you can do a podcast on your computer. If you're plugging your headphones, pull up your audio programming that you want to use and record. You can also do it on your phone and upload it to there. Thank you very much, Kim. Kim uses Podbean. Again, for those who have podcasts, I applaud you. Kim is on top of it. Kim does not, she's action through and through. She will go for it and she will do it. So thank you so much for that one, Kim. There's several other ones, and what I will do is I will also upload a list of podcast platforms and sites that you can go on as well, because there are hundreds of platforms that you can go on. With your podcast, again, you are creating credibility. You are telling people, I know this. I want to share it with you because I want to help you. We always want to add value, and a podcast is a way to add value and bring more people in. A podcast is a lead magnet. When you put in your description of everything, you put in what your contact information, your email address, you put all of that information in. And so when they complete that particular episode, it's like, wait a minute, I want to learn more about this person. Who is this person? Now they have a link to wherever you want them to go. You also want them, and to optimize your podcast, you want people to share it, you want people to like, and you want people to comment. So let them know. Leave a, I just lost my train of thought on what that's called. A call to action. Leave a call to action. Tell them, share, like, and comment. And once you upload your podcast, copy the link and post it on your Facebook page, because you're directing them to free information and you're directing them to you. You are marketing yourself. You're also directing them to something that's going to add value to them. And again, it's something that they want because you polled your audience. You found out what they wanted, you found out what they need, and then you researched the ones that responded, and you saw what they were looking at and what they were responding to. Does anyone have any questions about podcasts? Okay.
Yes, I do. Hi.
I got you. Go ahead.
Okay, so my first question is, let's see. Oh, I lost my page. Hold on. Okay, so you said Antonio gave you a structure. You said title, then you write down the title, then you do the descriptions, then you put all the titles for subject. It was going kind of fast, so I didn't get it. And then you talked about the RSS feed. And so I wrote all that down, but I don't know how it goes. Can you go through it one more time, please?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Michelle. Please excuse me. I'm thanking Michelle because she wrote earlier and she told me talk slower, so I apologize.
It's okay. It's all right.
The first step you want to do is you want to name your podcast. And in order to name your podcast, you want to know what your podcast is about. So the first step is naming your podcast and creating your description for your podcast.
So that's where you had title, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
So is that what you were saying when you were saying the title of it? Not so the
Yes.
title and the name are synonymous, correct?
I got you now. No, they're separate. Your title is your second step, and it's the titles of each of your episodes. So first you want to name your podcast and do your description. That's step one. Step two is now you want to do the titles of each of the episodes that you want to do. And to know how many titles you need, you want to know how often are you going to post your podcast? Are you going to post once a week? Are you going to post twice a week? Or upload? Are you going to upload once a week, or are you going to upload twice a week? If you upload once a week, you need 52. If you're going to upload twice a week, you need 104. If you're going to upload 3 times a week, and so forth.
Okay, so let me make sure I got it right. So you want to name your podcast. Then you want to give it a description.
Mm-hmm.
So after you give it a description, you want to create your titles for each
Yes, ma'am. For
episode.
each episodes. Yes,
So
ma'am.
you determine how many episodes, let me see, episodes. You determine how many episodes you're going to do based on the number of times that you want to load up per week.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Ready for the next step?
Okay. When you don't have to create a description for each title, but when you go in, if you want to just do a quick synopsis of what it may be. In this episode, we're going to discuss this and just make it short and quick. But that won't come until that step when you're ready to start recording and you start uploading.
Okay. Now, what was that RSS feed you were talking about?
With the RSS feed, what that allows you to do is the RSS feed, when you create your account and you go into there, there's going to be a section on there in your settings where you can go and copy your RSS feed. What that does is when you paste, excuse me, when you copy and paste that into other platforms, it automatically uploads your episodes for you. So you don't have to go to every single platform, upload. If you have like 246 episodes, you don't want to sit there and individually upload 246 episodes. Your RSS feeds allow for them to upload automatically, and then every time you upload one to that one podcast platform, it automatically updates the others. So your RSS feed is very, very important for you.
RSS feed.
Mm-hmm.
I was writing RSS feed.
Oh.
Okay, so so if let's say we go to I think it's Podbean that Kim said.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when we go to Podbean and we're trying to load up if that's the platform we want to use, then on Podbean, once we create an account, we're going to get an RSS feed number.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. And then each time then when we want to load it, let's say I want to do it to my Facebook page or my website, then I go there, and where it asks me to enter in my RSS feed, I enter in that number or paste that number there.
It's going to be it's going to be a website link. It's going to be Podbean whatever the name you choose.com/ some other stuff in RSS feed, and you're going to copy that link. And when you go into Facebook and you want to create a post, you're going to just copy that post in there, and it's going to do just like any other link would do. It's going to pull up your picture, that your logo that you have on there. Is going to pull up any information that's associated with that, and so when they click that link, it's going to automatically direct them to the podcast.
Okay, all right. So we'll do this in one of our sessions because I'm feeling a little technically remedial right now. So
no worries. You and I, we're speaking after the call today, so I'll definitely break anything else down for you if you have any additional questions. I have no problems with doing that.
Thank you.
You're so very welcome.
Hey, I have a quick question on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
So, do they have to be done live, or can you pre-record them? I've never ever done one. Don't even know how to access them. Somebody threw a link up, but yeah. So can you do it live, or can you pre-record?
You pre-record. You can pre-record all 100. You can pre-record all 52 as you like, and then and once a week, just upload them. So yes, you can pre-record.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're very welcome. Thank you. Any other questions before I move on to the next one?
I typed it.
How important is sound quality? Is there anything you need besides microphone? When you're first starting off, Antonio always tells us to humanize our brand. When you're first starting off, yes, you want your sound quality to be very good. You can get the sound canceling headphones. Noise cancellation, thank you. The noise cancellation headphones, I'm not a techie person, so please forgive me. The noise cancellation headphones that cancel out anything else around you, and you can record directly into your phone and upload it. And yes, as Kim just said, she records with a mic in her walk-in closet. You can go into, if you have the resources to go into a studio and record, you can do it that way. If you want to go buy, if anyone has seen the new toy that Antonio has, his microphone, you can go buy one of those from Best Buy, hook it up to your laptop or your computer, you can record through there. You can record any kind of way. I hope that answers your question. Okay, does anyone have any other questions? If not, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next portion, which is vlogging. It's V as in Victor, L as in Larry, O as in Oscar, G as in girl. Vlogging. Your videos that you do, you can create a vlog. Antonio has a vlog, and it's actually on his fan page. So if you follow his fan page, you've actually seen his vlogs. Vlogs are video blogs. There's also sites you can go to upload those to as well, and I'll definitely put those in here as well so you guys can see those and post them in the group as well. Vlogs are just, if you know what a blog is, it's just a video. It's just a video. When you do your videos, your random videos that you post on Facebook, hey guys, today I just wanted to add some value to you. I just wanted to tell you this, and I just wanted to do this and do that and do this and do that. That you can use as a vlog, and you can upload that. So the videos that you do every day just to add value to someone or uplift someone or just give a little bit of information. Thank you very much. And just to give a little bit of information, you can use that as well. And again, I will post those platforms for you in the Facebook group, so you'll have those as well as the podcast platforms. The next one I want to talk to you about are actual blogs. I know we've read blogs. I know we've looked at blogs. I know we've thought about writing blogs, but you really need to blog. Because Antonio is on top of everything that he does, he is everywhere. When you Google him, you will actually see some of his blogs come up. He has blogs on his website as well. Blogging helps you as well when you build your credibility. There are certain ways to do, and there's certain types of ways to do blogs. There's certain blogs you can talk about. There's certain websites that only cater to certain types of blogs. So if you're not writing them, start writing them, period, point blank. If you're not going to blog, hire someone to do it for you. It will drastically bring in leads. There's one platform that we use called Medium. It's not Medium. Mine just went blank again. Yay me. Okay. When you write blogs, you are adding value. When you write blogs, you're giving you're giving yourself credibility for this. When you write blogs, there are people who will read a blog before they go to Facebook. There are people who will read a blog before they pick up their phone and listen to a podcast. There are people who will read a blog before they go on any social media site, before they even turn on their TV. They will read a blog. To them, reading a blog is how our parents, and not our parents, but our grandparents, well, some parents, used to read newspapers. That's how some people read blogs. And when you go into the MailChimp Tempest has been teaching us on, you can actually create a campaign. If I'm incorrect, please correct me, boss lady. And you can take those blogs and you can actually send them out to your mail list as well. You know how you get the daily blog from this, or daily newsletter from that, or something of that nature from other companies? That's blogging. You can do that in your blog as well. When writing your blog, you want to make sure that you're there. Antonio taught us a structure to writing your blog, and I'm going to give you that structure. When you're writing your structure, when you first start off, your first line is 1 line only. Your second line, 2 lines. Your third line, 3 sentences. Your fourth paragraph, 4 sentences. And then in your 5th paragraph, you go in and you start creating everything you want to do. And I'll also post one of Antonio's blogs on the Facebook site as well, so you'll be able to see that and see his structure and how he does it. This is creating content. This is creating more content. This is putting you on more platforms. This is giving you more ways to market yourself. And we may not see these as marketing, but you may have someone walk up to you one day and be like, wait a minute, your name looks familiar. Or you may be at a book signing event. You may be at a speaking engagement. You'll have someone walk up to you and be like, you know what, I read your blog on this particular subject, and I absolutely loved it. And that's probably all they do is read blogs. You may have someone walk up to you and be like, I listen to your podcast every day. I've gone through every episode, and so I started back over and I started listening to it again. Then you'll have some that will watch your vlogs every day. Your vlogs are just it's just you daily updating, you daily adding value. It can be something goofy, it can be something funny, it can be something serious. But you'll have someone walk up to you and say, I watch your vlog every morning. I watch your vlog before I do anything else. Or I listen to your podcast first thing before I do anything else. You can create an inspirational blog, or podcast. You can create a motivational one. You can create an educational one, an informational one. You can create whatever you want to create. But always remember, when you're creating to fill a need. You're creating to fix a problem. And you're creating based on the polls that you're doing with your audience. And going across all platforms, you're actually picking up even more of an audience. Because again, you have people who listen to podcasts before they hop on a radio, or before they even, if they're even on Facebook. You have those that'll read a blog before they read a Facebook post or a Twitter. So understand that there are more than just the platforms, the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There are more than just those particular platforms for you to market on. Does anyone have any questions in regards to blogging or vlogging?
I have a question.
Okay.
So if I do go back. Okay, so if I do a podcast, is it good to do a podcast, a blog, and a blog all on the same subject? And then like have a series of them so that for that particular topic or title, okay, I see your head. Okay, great. They can go across all the platforms.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And another thing, what I didn't mention, I want to let you guys know. When you have interviews, your interviews, you can definitely, and always just double check with the interviewer. If you're not the interviewer, you can take those, you can strip the audio from the video if it's a video interview, and you can put that on your podcast. Or you can leave it and put it on your blog, or on your vlog. Or you can write a blog about your interview, how you felt, what the interview was about, how the energy is. So you can turn interviews into podcasts, blogs, and blogs. You can take a simple conversation with a friend and create a blog. We sit in here every day and we work and we talk. If we were all to write a blog about the conversations that we have, it would be absolutely.
You know, you just put it out there.
Look at Rev.
If we were, if we do a vlog about the conversations, that's what Antonio does, a vlog about some of the conversations that we have in the office. So you could do that. You can take your camera, you can drive in your car, have a random conversation with someone in your car, and use that as your vlog, or put it on your podcast, just strip the audio. You can call someone and be in the middle of a conversation, and you can tell how that conversation is going to shift, and you can ask them, hey, do you mind if we record this, or if I call you back so we can record this conversation for a podcast, because I believe this can add value to someone's life. Everything around you is a vlog, blog, or podcast episode. Everything. And don't fear it. Embrace it. Run to it. Get excited about the next thing you want to talk about. Take a personal life experience and write about it. Take anything and just absolutely go for it and run with it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So my talk show that I did last night, is there a program that because the information he gave was just, oh my gosh. So is there a program that I could separate the audio and the video from each other and post that? Is there an app or something?
Yes. Bryant's just posted it. It's Audacity.
Yep, I see it right there. Thank you.
Okay.
What does that do? It strips.
Hold.
I'm gonna explain what Audacity is. Audacity is used by a lot of producers and things of that nature. You can actually strip the audio off, and we'll upload other. Tempest just uploaded one, onlinevideoconverter.com. And what it does, it can take your video, separate the audio from the video. You'll be able to use the audio for podcasts. If you want to make it a album, whatever you want to do with it, you'll be able to use that audio across all kinds of platforms, and you'll still have your video as well. Another good thing about Audacity is that you could put music behind your audio and make it a podcast. Excuse me, depending on how you want to set the mood for your podcast, you'll be able to put music behind it and set the mood for your podcast and things of that nature. You can also take that, again, make that an album, because everything you do, you're creating product. You're creating product to create revenue.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Thank you very much. I want to give you guys a little more information on blogs, because there are different types of blogs that you can write. You have what is called your surprise blog. It's not a perfect blog post, but it could have been. It's just a surprise, just one of those random, this is what I'm thinking about, let me just post it. Then you have your question type blogs, where you're asking a question and you're answering it for them. You have a curiosity gap, like 10 ingredients to create the perfect blog post. Number 9 is impossible, things like that. Then you have your negatives, never write a boring blog post again. Never have to deal with dirty socks again. Never have to worry about this again. Then you have your how-to blogs. How to write a perfect blog. How to create the perfect atmosphere. How to feng shui your house. How to create a podcast. Then you have your blogs that are numbers. 10 tips to creating the perfect blog post. 10 tips to painting the perfect toenails. 10 tips to keeping a clean house. You know, then you have your audience referencing. For people on the verge of writing the perfect blog post. For people on the verge of punching a hole in the wall. For people on the verge of, you know, just things of that nature. And then you have your I can never say this word, specificity.
Yes.
Thank you. Your specificity blog. The 6-part process to getting twice the traffic to your blog post. And I'm using these titles as examples. So these are the types of blogs that you can write on as well. And again, you're using your knowledge and your expertise to write these. Okay, thank you. Landing pages. Let me get with Antonio and Tempest. That's not one of my expertise areas. So I will definitely get with Antonio and Tempest on that one.
No. What I was asking is the blogs. Or when you were saying 10, here are 10 ways to da 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 da, right? Like, is that the same thing we do with landing pages? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my apologies.
When we were talking about landing pages, I think he mentioned that, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to see if they're similar or that's not the same thing.
I believe so, Talisha. I will definitely confirm that for you, but you can use that. You can use, if I remember correctly, you can say, when you do your ad on Facebook, you can say 10 ways to do this. Click this link, and you can direct them to where you want them to go with that. So yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're very, very welcome. So does anyone have any questions on like the type of blogs that you can write? Like, any questions on what I just mentioned in regards to that aspect? Okay. So what you the reason why I'm bringing all of this, hold on. Oh, okay. Thank you, Tempest. If you're using your blog as a lead magnet, but not the landing page itself. Thank you, Boss Lady. Thank you very much. I'm bringing all this up to get you guys to understand that don't just stay in one place. Don't just focus on Facebook, Twitter. Don't just focus on social media. Branch out. Do your blogs. Do your vlogs. Do your podcast. Because again, it makes you more searchable when you have these things. In regards to your blogs, there's platforms that you can go to. The way you can find a platform for your blog is research. Go to your favorite person. Let's say we want to look at Tony Robbins. Research Tony Robbins. Everywhere he falls will come up. If there's a specific site that he's on where he writes blogs for, you can go to that site and see how you can become a contributor to that site. I know that Antonio is Be Somebody. There's a site called Be Somebody that Antonio writes for, and they post when they post theirs, they post it on Twitter, they post it on Instagram, they post it everywhere. When you research, when you Google Antonio, his blogs come up. That's what you want to do for yourself. You want to become even more searchable. And your marketing makes you that way. You're marketing yourself. You're marketing who you are. You're marketing your intelligence. You're marketing your knowledge. That's what you want to do. You want to increase that. So when someone searches you, you want, when they put in your name in that search bar, that entire page and the page after that and the page after that is full of nothing but you. You don't want, when you put in your name, just that one little line comes up and everything else is this random stuff. You want more of you out there. You want to become searchable.
So, question.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, I hate when this happens. Go on. It'll come back to me.
Okay, no worries. The next time you say you don't have time to blog, or you don't have time to vlog, or you don't have time to do a podcast, what you're really saying is you don't have time to create leads. The website that gets most traffic and leads are the ones that emphasize blogging. So always keep new blogs.
Here comes the dragon.
I did not do that. So guys, you want to become searchable. And what I do want to do is just give you a few tips. Yes, it is, Kim. Yes, it is. What I want to do is give you a few what not to do. In becoming in your search engine optimization, I'm just going to touch on this briefly because I want to tell you guys what not to do when you are doing this. SEO is optimizing your website and blogs as an essential element for your content marketing strategy. So again, it's marketing. It's just a different strategy. And while SEO is changing, it stays on top of marketers' agendas, as it is a powerful way to bring visitors to your company's outlets and to direct them towards your sales funnels. SEO methods are constantly evolving due to search engines developments and users changing perspectives. It is not that easy to stay on top of the most successful optimization techniques. And with many businesses falling into the trap of incorrectly doing SEO. Instead of seeing massive traffic and increasing conversion rates, the results can be quite the opposite. So I'm just going to list 10 things that you want to not do when you're making yourself searchable. Choosing the wrong keywords can hurt you. Again, those keywords are your hashtags that you use on Instagram. When certain areas ask for you to put in keywords, what keywords are you using? You want to make sure you use the right keywords. If you are an event planner, you want to make sure you use keywords planner, event planner, things of that nature. When you're doing your ads, you want to make sure you put in those words. All those searches that you do, you want to make sure you put in everything right. Because one of the most common mistakes in selecting keywords is neglecting the preference of search engines and users for long tail keywords. You want to make sure that you are choosing the right ones. You want to make sure that the ones that you're using keep you up in rank. And what I'll do is I'll do a class on search engine optimization, so you guys will have more information on that. The next thing you want to make sure that you're not doing is using keyword stuffing. You might think using your target keywords in every sentence of your content will boost your ratings. The strategy couldn't be more wrong. In fact, going overboard with using keywords is registered as spammy by search engines, which means it actually hurts your SEO performance. And again, in doing this has nothing to do with your ads. This is all about making you searchable when you're doing that process. And again, I will do a class on SEO. The third one is creating content that's not about your keywords. Make sure your keywords match what you're doing. Publishing non-original content. Make sure the things that you're publishing are original. You don't want any copy or plagiarism issues. You don't want any of that information. You don't want any of that to be a problem for you. So make sure publishing non-original content. Number 5, skipping title tags and meta descriptions. Again, I keep repeating this because I want y'all to understand I am going to go back and do a whole class on this so you'll better understand this, because again, this is part of your marketing. Optimizing your content does not finish once you include a target keyword in your articles. Title tags and meta descriptions are essential elements of SEO that should not be forgotten. Skipping them means a huge missed potential for your content. These optimizing factors are considered by search engines when crawling your website, so if properly done, they can improve the performance of your content. Another thing, was that number 8? 6. Okay, thank you. My numbering is off this morning. Please forgive me. Missing quality links. To get the best from SEO, search engine optimization, content marketers today should grasp that the quality of external links included in content is more important than their quantity. So make sure that the links that you're posting are quality links. Make sure that they work. Make sure that when they click on the link, it takes them to where they're supposed to go. Going astray with your internal links. There are also mistakes when including internal links that you should watch out for. Naturally, yes, that's number 7. Naturally, it's important to think about your top performing pages and consider placing links to them on your content. This is a way to give them visibility and create additional traction. But make sure you don't include internal links just for the sake of having them in an article if you don't match the topic and focus of the piece. So basically, make sure everything is uniform. Make sure everything matches up. Make sure your links direct them to what you were talking about. You don't want to have content on your page and then the link sends them to something the complete opposite of what you just talked about. And number 8, not investing in a fast and mobile-friendly experience. When Antonio and Tempest talk about sending them to your website, you want to make sure it's fast and friendly and it's mobile friendly. You don't want them to have to go through 5 minutes of your page loading. You don't want to have them to go through 5 minutes of getting to the content that they originally clicked the link for. You want to make sure it's fast, it's easy, it's mobile friendly. So if they pull up their cell phones and they're scanning through something and they see a link and they click it, you want to make sure it's able to get to where they want it to get to. And number 9, not using the power of influencers for social media interactions. Optimization has a social dimension as well. When you are sharing your content on social media, one of your main goals is to get the attention of users who have a significant online influence. This means their content gets noticed by both your target audience and by search engines. That's why it's important to create relationships with such power users and to use their credibility to promote your content. Antonio is a power user. I'm giving you an example of what a power user is. You want to get his attention. You want him to come on your page like, hey, that's awesome. Hey, I see what you're doing. Hey, that's great. When you get this, you start pulling in his audience. And then when he's searched, depending on what's going on, it also brings you up as well. And when you build a relationship with power users and you have that one-on-one connect with them, ask them, hey, do you mind joining me for one of my episodes on my podcast? Hey, do you mind being a guest blogger on my blog? Hey, would you mind being a part of my vlog? Because this adds to your marketing. because not only are you showing your knowledge and your credibility in that, but you also have someone else who is way past what you're doing saying, hey, I like this person. You should like this person too. And number 10, forgetting about analytics. Do not forget about your analytics. The only way to know if your SEO optimization and content efforts work is to track their progress. Many marketers would disagree with the numbers, but you want to know. You can use Google Analytics. You can use Google Webmaster Tools. But follow your analytics. See what your analytics are. See how people are following you. See how people are tracking you and tracing you. And again, I will do a more detailed class on SEO optimization because, again, it's also a part of marketing. And you want to make sure that you're doing this correctly so that you're more searchable. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, guys. Well, if you don't have any questions, that is all for today's training. If you do have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Other than that, guys, you have an amazing day. Thank you for joining us today, and I definitely look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you, Kim. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too.